3-4-3. Everybody get used to it. That's how Ruben Amorim is going to be setting up Manchester United. We have a perspective starting 11 from The Athletic. They've broken down Porto, how they play. They've gone through the squad. Let's just break it down. They have Onana in net. The back three of Martinez, De Ligt, and Lenny Euro when he's coming back from injury. The wing backs, it's going to be Luke Shaw and Delo with Mainu Ugarte in the middle of the pitch. And then up front, the front three, we have Rashford, Bruno, and Højlund. What do you think of this 3-4-3? Looking at it, The Athletic picking out some players. I do disagree a little bit here. How are you feeling?
We've heard a lot about this tactical approach that we're going to see from our new manager. 3-4-3 is a style that, you don't really see in the EPL much these days. You often see it in the lower leagues where the top teams can dominate position week in, week out. Obviously, Sporting, when he came in, they weren't that side. Obviously, a big club in Portugal, but they were suffering. He changed their fortunes around. I'm open-minded to anything. I think there's always kind of the next thing in English football and football in general. Obviously, the tiki-taka, just why not? Why wouldn't there be another evolution? Who's to say that 3-4-3 couldn't be that? And also, I hope this manager is not like the previous manager. He's going to come in, have an understanding of what he wants to do, but also you have to be a pragmatist. Maybe this is a formation that United can only pull off with better squad, a place that we're not at today. Maybe he needs to tune things back, adopt the 4-2-3-1, which everyone seems to play in the EPL these days, including United, before this manager came in. And give that a go. But, hey, the one thing that gives me some hope is, our center backs are in a pretty good position. Martinez, De Ligt, and Euro is a pretty solid back three. Obviously, Euro has to come back. But I feel like the back four with Onana, that's settled. Obviously, we don't have a left back. But, there's some pieces here. What are your thoughts, sir? Obviously, what you do with Bruno, he's such a stalwart in this team, putting him up on the front three. Maybe you get the most out of him?
Look, I think the number one, if you look at just what The Athletic has come up with here, Luke Shaw ain't doing that job, for the record. He's not doing it. What you need for a wing back, there's a certain profile of a wing back, and
they're fit.
Meat pies isn't one of them. So Luke Shaw is either going to get injured trying to play this way, or he came up with a new diet that has evaded him over the last 8 or 9 years as a professional footballer at Manchester United. So look, Luke Shaw is not the left wing back for Manchester United. You know who is? It's going to be Garnacho. I mean, that's the level of player. Garnacho's a dog. He's going to do the work. You have to have him on this team. It's hey, Athletic, we're paying you money for the subscription. You got to come up with something better than this, because this is a pretty mail it in. Luke Shaw's not going to be that.
No,
Maz
would be that.
Exactly. So Delo, more of that profile. I would say he could play this role, but not at the elite level, right? And the number one issue that he has is his defending is pretty horrid, right? How many times have we seen him on the back post just giving it up? He's got a cover with Euro behind him, but he could get away with it for a season, but you're going to have to upgrade there. You get to the midfield, you like Mainu and Ugarte to be able to do the job. I would agree with that. Is it going to work? No, you're probably going to get Ugarte, Casemiro. Then maybe Mainu can work up to that. And then the front three, Rashford, Højlund, Bruno, that is not the best front three that's going to play up there for this team. Whether you want to try to get Ahmad involved in that.
Garnacho, clearly.
You need to be thinking that these players are going to be linking up. Right. And when you think of linking up, is Rashford a player who's linking up in a narrow front three in the box? No, that's why maybe you could play wing back on the right. Bruno is going to drift into the middle, which is going to create a little bit of imbalance. So maybe you have two strikers, Højlund and Xerxes, can play tight and connect. So interesting dynamic here from The Athletic. You'd love for Shaw to be able to do the job. I think he could if he could stay fit and he was in shape. But I think you might see Garnacho go into that role because he's younger, he's hungry, he actually does defend decently well. And the Mainu Ugarte, I don't think that is ready just yet. It could be the midfield two for the future, but right now I think it's a bridge too far.
No, and I think coming into this league with a new formation that isn't often used, I think you'd be better suited doing Ugarte, Casemiro, giving that back three an extra degree of comfort, right? Let's control games. Yeah, we have to worry about goals, but let's just make sure that we have a solid defense to start. We should, right? Our defense, actually, I'm pretty optimistic about the center back signings we made this summer. I think Euro will come around once he gets through his injury, and I think De Ligt has shown that I think he looks good in red and can live up to the kind of expectations of a United side. That midfield, like you said, that's a challenge. The fullbacks, I feel like we got to sign like 3 new fullbacks over the next couple windows because Shaw's out. Malacia, I don't even know whose team he plays for now. Maz, I think he fits the mold, but who knows? I don't know who they're going to do with the front. Obviously, Garnacho has a role to play. Do you play Ahmad at right back? I mean, he could play a fullback. He's fit. He covers.
Well, hear me out here, right? And I think this is like you look at this, doesn't get you excited, right? What could get me excited? Just, I'm obviously a big fan. But you say you put Garnacho at wing back, you put Rashford at right wing back, right? Assuming those guys are willing to do the dirty work. Say maybe they're going to take some time, but they got that pace that you're just going to need going forward. You put Bruno and Mount together in the 2, and you have Højlund up top. That is, and when you look at where they're going to be attacking in a 5, right? Like that's how Amorim's going to have it set up. And if you look at that 5 and you have Bruno and Mount holding with Højlund, Garnacho, and Rashford up there with the width, and then Højlund trying to get in behind, I think that could be a really exciting attacking front. The question is, can those guys defend TBD? But that's more exciting than looking at Dalot, Shaw, Rashford. I just don't think Rashford's meant to play in the middle. We've seen that narrow. He has to be wide. And so I feel like maybe getting Mount and Bruno in together, assuming he's healthy, be a little more exciting, a little more electric.
I mean, I know Garnacho can do the work going back, and I think Ahmad can as well. Rashford has not shown that he's consistently able to track back the way we all want him to. But the way we're going to play with this wing-back position is they're going to play super wide, and everyone else is going to be tighter in the midfield to kind of gain numbers. So, I mean, I like it. Like, Rashford's got electric pace when he's out wide. He's the most effective. It's just that can he also drop back and play a lot of defense? We'll see. I mean, maybe with those 3 center backs, they can do some of the covering.
Paid a lot. He's getting paid a lot of money.
That's no doubt. That's never been a problem. People getting paid too much.
Awesome. Well, let us know what you think about the 3-4-3 in the comments below. We're going to keep you posted on the Amorim, Ruben Amorim appointment. He's coming in, going to be switching up United. I think it's a really exciting time for the squad. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Also, do the business, and we'll be back with another great American Red Devils and Manchester United video shortly.